Thank you for joining us on Diaspora Connect, where we champion excellence by spotlighting the resilience of Nigerian citizens, breaking barriers and making a difference across the world. We explore identity, origin, and diverse journeys of Nigerians in the diaspora. I am Abosedi Adenimadremi. Let's get the show started with some diaspora news. The 8th Nigeria Diaspora Investment Summit has ended in Abuja with strong commitments from government and private sector partners to deepen diaspora participation in national development. We have more in this report.
The three-day summit held at the State House Conference Center brought together policymakers, investors, innovators, and Nigerians from across the world. This year's theme, fast-tracking regional and national development by mobilizing diaspora investment, focused on matching diaspora capital with projects that can drive jobs, infrastructure, and economic growth. Representing President Bola Tinubu, Vice President Kashim Shettima reaffirmed the government's readiness to create an enabling environment for diaspora investors.
These are not mere symbolic meetings, but strategic dialogues to ensure that your voices find resonance in the policies we craft and implement at home. We also acknowledge the MSMEs remain the cornerstone of our economic growth and social development, the surest means of distributing wealth equitably.
A major highlight of the summit was a focus on diaspora-driven investment vehicles, including the proposed diaspora bond and the home abroad housing platform, designed to give Nigerians living overseas reliable avenues to invest in real estate and infrastructure back home.
A few weeks ago, the Financial Action Task Force removed Nigeria from the so-called grey list. Now, what that did to us is that investors are able to come here as a result of that expunction of Nigeria's name from that grey list.
The fact that the world today is moving rapidly into green energy. There's a global movement towards green energy. And the resources necessary to power this green energy are solid minerals. So it was actually an economic imperative for us to diversify into judicious exploitation of our solid minerals.
Organizers also emphasized support for MSMEs, describing them as the backbone of the economy.
The largest recipient of remittances in sub-Saharan Africa, Nigerian diaspora, estimated at over 17 million citizens worldwide, is among the most dynamic and entrepreneurial globally. They are scientists, doctors, innovators, engineers, academics, creatives, and contributing to progress, not just abroad, but increasingly back home.
So through NITCOM and NDIS, we remain fully committed to facilitating dialogue, partnerships, and practical investment linkages that will make these aspirations become a reality. So we need to call ourselves to action. To our distinguished diaspora investors, entrepreneurs, and professionals, Nigeria needs you. Nigeria needs your ideas, your networks, your resources, and your experience are vital to the Nigeria we seek to build.
With the summit now concluded, attention shift to implementation, turning commitment into real investment that can boost economic stability and support Nigeria's development agenda. Ademola Lawrence, TVC News, Abuja.
Such inspiring sessions and commitments there at the Nigeria Diaspora Investment Summit. Now, what Diaspora Connect does is to connect you to your roots. So let's check out these fun facts on our Did You Know segment. Really, really amazing facts there. Now to our focus today, exploring how diaspora real estate investments are transforming Nigeria's housing sector. My guest is engineer Mrs. Stella Okengwu. She is a U.S.-based Nigerian engineer, real estate investor, and diaspora leader who is reshaping Nigeria's investment landscape. As founder and CEO of WinHomes Global Services Limited, she leads one of the country's most ambitious diaspora-backed projects, an 18-hectare, $250 million smart estate development in Okengwu, Lagos. A recipient of the U.S. Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award and recognized by the City of Houston for community impact, Stella Okengwu stands as a model of excellence, credibility, and visionary leadership in the global business space. Beyond business, Stella is a passionate advocate for transparency and the protection of diaspora investors' rights, mobilizing Nigerians across the U.S., Canada, Europe, and even Africa to channel investment into sustainable housing, infrastructure, and healthcare, and that's embodying the spirit of renewed hope and proving that women of purpose can actually drive national transformation. Good day, Engineer Stella Okengwu. I must confess, that's such an incredible profile and CV you've got there. Let's start by asking you, what exactly is driving you?
Actually, what is driving me is impact. I'm driven by the conviction that true success is not measured by what we acquire, but by what we build for others. My journey has always been about transforming dreams into tangible development, empowering people, communities, and nations. I am constantly inspired by ideas that Nigeria will one day be a better place and the most habitable country in the whole world.
And you know, with each passing day, we are an inch closer to that. We are taking it one step after another. And talking about your career, you're an engineer. I must say, not many females are in this profession where you found yourself. Did you choose engineering, or was it a case of engineering choosing you?
We chose each other.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
Yeah, we chose it. Engineering actually chose me, but purpose confirmed it. So from a young age, I've been fascinated by how things works and how ideas are translated into structures that serves humanity. Engineering gave me the language to build, to solve, and to lead. It wasn't about proving that women could do it, but it was about proving that passion knows no gender. Today, I stand as a proof that when a woman chooses courage over comfort, there is nothing else that she cannot build.
Talking about some of the achievements that you have amassed over time, you have received a Lifetime Achievement Award from former U.S. President Joe Biden. How did that happen?
The recognition is deeply humbling. It actually just wasn't about me. It's about every Nigerian in diaspora who dares to build bridges instead of walls. The award came from years of consistent work, community services, and advocacy for investment-driven development between Africa and diaspora. And they recognize that, one of those that do it pushes the diaspora out here. So it also symbolizes validation that integrity, hard work, and vision still speaks louder than privileges.
All right, so integrity, hard work, and honor. And if we may just, take it back a bit, how did you even find yourself in the U.S. to have made U.S., a second home? How did that journey begin for you?
Wow. Okay. I was born in Manila, Philippines. And when my father was alive, he he likes traveling too. He traveled all over the world, including United States. So he had what they call it. He naturalized in US, and from there, when I grew up, he died. We lost him, and I took after him. I took his step, and when I grew up, got married. Coincidentally, my husband is also a US citizen. So I was actually working in Nigeria in, all the oil companies that I've worked. And at a time, people started telling me that you have to go and join your husband, Nigerian mentality about marriage. So I had to leave for US. But it doesn't stop me from having my own niche in US.
All right, so love took you across the borders.
Kind of.
Love took you, across 7 seas, 7 oceans, 7 rivers, to meet the love of your life over there, and now you're making impact. That's amazing. So let's talk a bit about your foundation back home in Nigeria. How are you managing to run it? And I know you spoke earlier about impact driving it, but what is the motivation behind this foundation, and what have been the success stories over time?
Okay. The foundation was born out of purpose and pain. I saw too many bright Nigerians lose hope simply because opportunity wasn't accessible. My goal is to restore that hope through education, empowerment, healthcare, and mentorship. We focus on capacity building for women. We also build houses for widows, free houses for widows. We have a site for widows in Ibejuleki and also in Mowe. So that's in Lagos.
Like, how many people have benefited from this gesture over time?
Right now we have 17 widows that we have given houses.
That's incredible. That is commendable. And I'm just trying to imagine.
And we're not doing it. The foundation is not raising money from people. The foundation is out of what we have through our business, through WinHomes and Stock and Caldwell. That's another business I have. From there.
So you plow the profits into the foundation to make life better for the people.
Exactly, some of the profit, yeah.
People of your status would rather invest in real estate abroad, but you seem to have gone the other way around. Now you're choosing to invest back home in Nigeria. Tell us, what we don't know. Why did you make that choice?
We also have a WinHome Global LLC here. We build houses in US. But I'm that kind of, I love Nigeria. And let me talk about Lagos State. Lagos State actually made me what I am, in the sense that when I rounded up my education, did my youth service in Zamfara, came down to Lagos to finish my service. After that, I got my first job in International Energy Services, oil and gas company. And from there, the chairman of the company took me as his daughter and really gave me a path to follow. And that's how I got to meet some people, Justice Oguntade, and from him I started getting interested in real estate, and from there he nurtured me through real estate. His children also contributed.
And that's since 2009. So you have been able to stay through to the cause over time And, that truly is amazing. And you have spoken that you also had it easy at some point. You were blessed with people and you knew how to strategically maximize the potential that they actually offered. Because if you were not ready to receive mentorship, if you were not ready to walk in the footsteps, set out for you, you probably wouldn't be here today. So, I commend you for that. But let's talk about diaspora remittances. We have seen increase in recent time. What do you think is responsible for this meteoric rise?
Oh, what if I say that it's faith?
Faith.
Diasporans are beginning to understand. Yeah, they are beginning to understand that home is not a place you abandon. It's a place you fix. Despite economic and political challenges, the Nigeria spirit is resilient. Many abroad still believes in the promise of Nigeria, including me. And they are investing in family property and purposes. So what we are seeing is just remittance and it's love in financial form.
Love in financial form.
And
Nigeria is the better for it. And we can't wait to have more such that we are able to be the country that we all delight in and we are very proud of. But what would be your advice to the federal government about sustaining and further increasing these diaspora remittances?
I think trust is the key word. The government needs to and must rebuild the trust through transparent policies, investor protection, and accountability. Diaspora investors need assurance that their investments are safe and respected. If the government creates a clear framework, including incentives, land security, and project guarantee, you'll see that remittance will triple. People invest where they feel protected. That's the only advice I can give to the federal government of Nigeria.
People invest
under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, DCFR.
So people invest where they feel protected. All right, so wait to see. So based on what you've said now, it is created with faith and then sustained through trust. Trust in the ability, of government and all that. Now let's talk about the Diaspora Network that you founded. What is the goal behind that project?
The Diaspora Network was created to unify strengths. It's not just a platform, it's a movement, actually. We are connecting Nigerians and Africans abroad who want to invest back home, but in a structured, protected, and impactful way. Our goal is to channel diaspora capital into sustainable projects like housing, healthcare, technology, and agriculture. And in doing so, reshape the narrative of Africa from dependency to destiny.
All right, that's incredible. So people of like minds coming together to, do something back home. All right, so if you would speak to a younger Stella today, who is desirous, who is seeing the older Stella and saying, I want to be like Stella. I want to get to that level. What would be your advice to her or to him, as the case may be, about channeling their inner strengths and becoming the best version of themselves?
Consistency is the key. Like I always tell people, I don't know how to do three things at the same time. I have to channel my strength in one and get it done. Because of this real estate, I have an oil company. I'm supposed to be getting bids, be pre-qualified, going for technical presentation, but I had to pause it a little bit so that I can build up the real estate in Nigeria. The one in America is kind of autopilot, I don't have much problem on it because of the policies. It's already implemented, so you don't have any issue about it. But I think what held me is consistency and resilience. That's it.
All right, so consistency.
Faith in God. Faith in God.
Consistency. Yes, resilience, faith in God. So it just reminds me of that song that the National Orientation Agency, has been blasting in our ears and on our TV screens. I'm a real Nigerian, resilient Nigerian. I live by the Citizens Code. It's been a pleasure having you on the show, Engineer Mrs. Stella Ifeoma Okengwu, US-based Nigerian engineer, real estate investor. So many things rolled into one. Thank you so much for your time on the show.
Oh my God. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Such a touching and quite inspiring conversation there. And we hope that, you have learned one thing or another, even as we continue in that drive towards making Nigeria a greater place, and of course also channeling all of the support of Nigerians in the diaspora towards building our own home, Nigeria. Next on the show is Culture Connect.
The 2025 Ikpada celebration opened in grand style at La Campagne Tropicana Beach Resort, Ibeju-Lekki, with a renewed call for African returnees from the diaspora to embrace Nigeria and make the country their home. The event brought together visitors and cultural enthusiasts from across different countries, all eager to reconnect with their roots and experience authentic African hospitality. Many of the tourists praised Olawanle Akimboboye, founder of the La Campagne Tropicana brand and the driving force behind the Ikpada initiatives, for over 4 decades of consistent dedication to building platforms that unite Africa and strengthen the bond with its diaspora.
Where Pan-Africanism, the uniting of Africans, those who were kidnapped and are returning home is paramount. It's spiritual. And with that spiritual calling, I'm here representing many who came before me. So I stand on the shoulders of my ancestors.
Africa in Trinidad, Africa in Tobago, Africa into the various islands, building the same sort of resort to promote African culture, but more importantly, Nigerian culture.
We have lovers of Africa that are approximately over 1 billion, close to 1 billion people. We are bringing all these people together to come back to the continent and add value to the growth and development of the African continent.
Guests were treated to an array of rich African dishes. The celebration continues to position Nigeria as a cultural beacon, showcasing its heritage, hospitality, and the spirit of homecoming that the Ikpada initiatives seek to promote.
All right, now it's time to wrap up the conversation. But before we do, remember that a lot of power and influence lies in you to create that Nigeria of your dream. A Nigeria where peace, love, and unity thrive. A Nigeria where citizens in the diaspora are also uniting towards building a formidable motherland, a formidable fatherland. Thank you so much for being a part of the show today. I'll see you again. My name is Abosede Adeniran. Bye for now.